Howard Schultz's name is synonymous with Starbucks, a global coffee brand that redefined how we drink, experience, and think about coffee. But Schultz's journey is not just about building a business. It's a story of resilience, vision, and redefining the relationship between companies and their communities. From humble beginnings in Brooklyn to leading a global empire, this is the inspiring story of Howard Schultz.
How many people have you met in your life who have said things like, I had that idea, I knew about that, or I was so close, but I gave up?
Howard Schultz was born on July 19, 1953 in the Canarsie neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York. His family lived in Bayview Houses, a public housing complex for low-income families. Life was far from easy for the Schultz family. His father, Fred Schultz, worked various low-paying jobs, from truck driving to factory work, often without benefits or job security. The family had no medical insurance, no savings, and in that moment, no hope. Flash forward to today, and Howard Schultz is a multi-billionaire and is responsible not just for transforming the coffee industry, but several other industries most people might not realize. But to understand how a simple coffee store can become a global empire, we need to look at the 4 stages of Starbucks, and it all begins way back in the 60s. This is Gordon Bowker. Whilst traveling across Europe, he ordered a cappuccino from a small cafe in Rome, and it tasted different, better, much better. And they decided to try and bring higher quality coffee to the American market. It wasn't like you're imagining. The original Starbucks store sold bags of high-quality coffee beans along with the equipment needed to make coffee at home, but they didn't actually make or serve drinks in the actual store. After graduating in 1978 with a degree in communications, Schultz moved into the corporate world, starting at Xerox. There, he honed his sales skills, quickly rising through the ranks. However, he found the work uninspiring and sought something more meaningful. In 1982, Schultz joined Starbucks, a small Seattle-based company that sold high-quality coffee beans and equipment. He served as the director of retail operations and marketing, where he discovered his true passion: coffee. A pivotal moment came during a business trip to Milan in 1983. Schultz was captivated by the vibrant espresso bar culture, where coffee houses served as communal hubs. He envisioned bringing this concept to America, transforming Starbucks into more than just a retailer. It could become a place for connection and community. Schultz's vision wasn't initially embraced by Starbucks founders, who wanted to remain focused on coffee bean sales. Undeterred, Schultz left Starbucks in 1985 to start his own coffee chain, Il Giornale, which successfully implemented his ideas. In 1987, Schultz returned to Starbucks, purchasing the company for $3.8 million with the help of investors. He merged Starbucks with Il Giornale and began transforming it into a global coffeehouse brand. Schultz's mission was clear: to create a third place between home and work, where people could relax, socialize, and enjoy premium coffee. By focusing on quality, ambiance, and customer experience, Schultz began building the Starbucks we know today. Under Schultz's leadership, Starbucks grew rapidly. By the early 1990s, Starbucks had expanded to over 100 locations, and in 1992, the company went public, raising $25 million. This was just the beginning of a global journey. Schultz ensured that Starbucks remained ahead of the curve by embracing technology and innovation. From the Starbucks Rewards program to mobile ordering and drive-through options, Schultz constantly adapted the business to meet changing customer needs. One of Schultz's defining leadership principles was his commitment to his employees, whom he called partners. In 1988, Starbucks became one of the first companies to offer comprehensive healthcare benefits to both full-time and part-time employees. Schultz also introduced a stock-sharing program, giving employees a sense of ownership and investment in the company's success. His belief was simple: success is best when it's shared. Starbucks faced significant challenges during the 2008 financial crisis, as the company struggled with overexpansion and declining profits. Schultz returned as CEO to lead a dramatic turnaround. He closed underperforming stores, refocused on Starbucks' core mission, and introduced new innovations such as premium coffee roasts and the community-focused initiatives. These efforts revitalized the brand, restoring its profitability and reputation. And by 2008, Starbucks had almost 10,000 stores worldwide. With Howard leading things, they'd grown the store number by almost 10,000%. Starbucks was seemingly everywhere. That rapid growth came to a sharp halt. Starbucks stock price dropped 50% as consumers ditched their expensive coffee habits. But honestly, the financial crisis was far from Starbucks' only problem. That rapid expansion over the last 2 decades had been covering a sinister problem bubbling under the surface. Starbucks decided to reappoint Howard as CEO. He'd spent so many years focused on expansion, and now his strategy was to stop expansion completely. Instead, he wanted to restore Starbucks to its founding principles. He wanted to make the stores an experience again. But Howard felt it was vital to retrain baristas how to perfectly craft their signature drinks. And in a weird way, the decision was actually good marketing. It helped announce to the world Starbucks was returning to its roots and focusing on quality. And it worked. Company growth rocketed up by 143% in 2009. Beyond business, Schultz has been a vocal advocate for social responsibility. Under his leadership, Starbucks tackled issues like racial inequality, sustainability, and veteran support. He founded the Schultz Family Foundation, which focuses on creating pathways to employment and addressing economic disparities. Schultz has also used his platform to advocate for healthcare reform, education, and political unity. By the time Schultz stepped down as CEO in 2018, Starbucks had grown from a small coffee company with 11 stores to a global powerhouse with over 30,000 locations in 80 countries. His leadership turned Starbucks into not just a brand, but a cultural icon. Schultz's story is a testament to the power of resilience, vision, and compassion in business. He has proven that success is not just about profit, but about creating positive change in the lives of employees, customers, and communities. From the streets of Brooklyn to the boardrooms of a global empire, Howard Schultz's journey is an inspiration to dreamers and doers everywhere. His legacy is not just in the coffee cups we hold, but in the lives he's touched and the communities he's transformed. And firstly, in real estate, there is something called the Frappuccino effect, which refers to where there's a significant increase in nearby property value because a new Starbucks opens nearby. Seriously, according to Quartz, the average American home rose in value 65% between 1997 and 2014.